mean, does it matter what my baby like or don't like? I mean, what is it to you what my baby like or don't like, huh? Why does it matter? What? Oh, excuse me. I didn't know you had some on these bills. I mean, Terry, do you just let people dictate what you do in your household or how you run it?
Listen, I tell people anytime, if you don't feed him on a regular basis, if you don't put clothes on his back, shoes on his feet, you won't have the shit to say it's about me or what I do with my parenting skills or anyone else parenting skills. Truly and believe me, you're doing a goddamn good job. I'm doing a great damn job. Everybody else is doing a great damn job. They still alive and well and breathing. Me personally. So I don't care what nobody else has to say. Seriously. If I don't call you personally to say, hey, can you watch my kids for a couple of hours or something? Or hey, can you spend the night with your kids? You ain't got shit to tell me about mine. Mine's is alive and well, baby.
Yep. And none of y'all should. Listen, hear me clearly. I know a lot of people feel like words hurt. And sometimes they do. We're going to be honest. They do sometimes. But these type of words, what people got to say about what you do and don't do in your household, those words should not matter. And the reason why is because your household ain't going to be happy or peaceful if you not happy. If you not doing what you want to do. How are you doing what you want to do if you letting others dictate what you do in your household? It's your household. What do you want in your household? How do you want your household to be? Right?
That's right.
Right?
That's right. You're absolutely right. And, you know, a lot of things with stuff going on in this world, everybody wants a two-parent household. I did have a two-parent household with me and my son's dad. I mean, you know, we were a power couple. Everybody says that we was a power couple once upon a time. But the devil dropped in, everybody went their separate ways. They were seeing his side of the story about me, and they was seeing what I was doing behind closed doors, and what a lot of things that a lot of men don't see, or what people don't see, that men they see, oh, they are the provider, and they don't see that behind closed doors it's the woman's job. The woman's job to make that man feel good, to make their house look good, make their the relationship feel good, the kids, all that. And a lot of the women, we don't get that recognition anymore. We don't get the appreciative that say, oh, well, thank you, baby, for doing this. Or, you know, they see that the gender roles all the time. Right. And I can't stand it. That the women is supposed to, of course, provide for the house. If the man is going to work and stuff or whatever, the mom or wife is supposed to be making sure that the food is on the table, clothes is put up, clothes is earned, all that. The kids is good. You gotta still be able to take care of yourself. Make sure that your mental is state is good. It takes a lot, and they don't see that it mentally drains a woman out. Mm-hmm. They don't see that. Right. And again, you know, me and my son's dad, we had a two-parent household. And me and him, you know, our son was to see us on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. So last year, it changed for everybody. You know, 2023 really broke us all down. You know, and so I wanted to break that generational curse. Like, I wanted to provide for my own family, have my own family to provide for. You know, I still had everything else on my ends, you know. And George, you know, my mom was going through cancer and stuff. Right. I was still going through health issues my own self. And I think the biggest thing was me moving from Louisiana back to Texas. I had to really find myself again. Right. And a lot of women, we're scared to take that chance, that leap of faith, and move out of that household or that area that was making us feel bad. And I've seen that it was feeling that toxic trait of me. And I know I wasn't that person. Right. I know I wasn't that person. And so, um, me just, long story short, me and my son's dad, we separated, and we're going through a divorce issue right now. And I tell ladies, it's gonna be a tough one. If you're willing to walk away from that relationship, you will walk away. And it's a process. The patient is key. I tell you that. Me really just learning about my son with autism. That really took a toll for me. I had to learn that patient is key. So having this self journey, this self journey with me, it really, really, um, emotionally, physically, it mentally, it changed me. So now I don't really care about anybody 2 cents, anymore. So if it has something to do with what me and my son got going on, me and my mom relationship got going on, me and my son's dad has something going on, that's nobody issue whatsoever but me and God
Right.
and that person.
Right.
So I mean, words can hurt.
Right.
Words has hurt me so much. Listen, y'all, I could be able to tell y'all how everything was done from February of last year to December,
Right.
and those words will hurt you so much, and you don't know where to turn. Um, it's just a process of everything. You just gotta go with the flow and don't look back. As much as it hurts, as much as you looking at that message and you seeing the words hurt, that person is not you. You know that you're not a person. You know that, even with a guy itself, that you are a single dad. You are a badass dad. You're a badass father. You are a badass mom. I'm a badass mom.
Right.
And that's sort of thing as well too, is to talk about, speaking affirmations to yourself.
Right.
Don't, if somebody just tell you that you are a bitter ass mom, you're not a bitter person.
Right.
You're setting boundaries for yourself, and I had to learn it
Right.
the hard way. Is to go through those boundaries, setting those boundaries. If that person felt like, you setting the boundaries is toxic to them, then they're the toxic person, not you.
Right. Right. True. And see, and that goes hand in hand on what I was saying on knowing how you want to run your house. That's why I was saying about, you knowing how you want to run your household. Because at the end of the day, all that won't matter. When people trying to say this and that about what you do, it won't matter because you know why you doing it. You know the purpose of why you doing it. And I'm also happy you touched on the subject of, when you left your situation. Like, yes, you're right. I feel like a lot of women are scared to take that leap of faith. And it's just like, ladies, please, we both are living proof. I stand you clear. Take that leap of faith. If you feel like your situation isn't growing you, you need to go. You need to leave because at the end of the day, if you're not happy and your baby isn't happy, nothing. Nothing will happen. No growth. It will just be a standstill each and every year. And it's like, what for? And you'll just look up years and years later and look back at all the time wasted. Don't do that to yourself. And don't do that to your baby as well. Because at the end of the day, ladies, regardless, your life is not over when you have a child. I repeat, your life is not over when you have a child. Don't get me wrong. You may get a stumble, and that's cool. Just like she said, she knew what was up, and she did what she needed to do to make that situation disappear and do what's best for her child. And I want you guys to do the same. Know that no matter what you're going through, it doesn't have to be the same thing you're going through in the future. You can change it. It can be done just like that, as quick as a snap. I promise you. It may be hard. It will be hard. Because I remember in my situation, because I'm a single mom as well. You know what I'm saying? In my situation, when I left my situation, it was very hard. The first few months, and what made it even harder was the fact that I was pregnant while it was done.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I'm telling you, it is hard, and seeing you growing up, seeing you now, like George, we have grew up, y'all. We known each other. We were what 2013. You was a captain in soccer, and I'm from Pleasant Grove, and I decided I wanted to go cheer for South Oak Cliff. At all schools, wanted to go cheer for South Oak Cliff, but I met amazing people there. So it's like I don't have no regrets. I met Georgia, and she's a phenomenal woman. She has this platform and is growing, and I expect for her to see a lot of growth in 2024. I expect to see a lot of people in growth in 2024 as well. Even if you have doubted me or you did me wrong or whatever, peace and blessings to you.
Right.
Because I don't sit there and want to deal with that toxic mess or even does doubting you fall. It's like, oh, I want you to go to hell, you can die. I don't expect for nobody. Listen, everything happens for a reason, and so dealing with the growth and seeing a lot of people growing and changing, breaking that generational curse.
Right.
And you can be able to break that generational curse. It's going to stop with you. That generational curse is going to stop with you. And it will stop with me. It will stop with you. Everybody. And it doesn't hurt to start all over again. Y'all,
we don't want you to move on. We want to interrupt you, right? We want to interrupt her. We don't want you to move on yet. Hold on. You just said about generational curse. What generational curse are you talking about? Can you go more into detail so we can connect on, because I think, and I'm explaining to you why I'm saying this, I think a lot of people don't understand that some of their normals isn't normal, and it's actually passed down from
generation for generation.
Exactly. I want to be able to show our viewers exactly what a generational curse is so they can know, okay, even though I grew up seeing this isn't normal. This is actually a bad habit, or this is, what I'm saying? Because a lot of people have a normal bad habit.
Yeah, so really generational curse, I mean, it's in different perspectives. So, my generational curse is living with, my mom lived with my grandparents, her maternal parents. Mm-hmm. Never left out the house. So me, being back at home for a year, next month making a year, I don't expect for me to stay there. No more than, I give myself, I would say 2.5 years max to stay in Pleasant Grove. Well, on my street. I give myself that. And I don't want to see myself comfortable of, not saying I'm living off my mom, but saying, oh, I can always come back home. I want to break that curse that I could come back home, but it's temporary.
Right.
Not full time.
Right.
And so I have to make myself uncomfortable in that situation that, okay, yeah, I'm working from home. Well, I was working from home. Mm-hmm. And when I was in Louisiana, I had that peace of mind that I was in my own room. The doors was locked. I still had my son with me, but he was in his room entertaining himself. But I had my mom there, and I have my grandmother there, and it's just like I had to talk to people because I'm a team lead and stuff. But everything was just cramping in, and It got, my mind stays running 24/7, and I had to declutter myself.
Right.
So that same, like, the situation, the generational curse that I'm, passing on, they're trying to stop is that, yeah, home is home, but don't make it a settled home until you're ready to leave the nest. Once you leave that nest, you can come back, but don't get a habit of always coming back. Mm-hmm. Because things can happen. Things may change, just because me and my mom we had some fail-outs before, and I think what brought us together now was because she had cancer.
Right.
And so I was there making sure that she was okay because that's my mom. I'm her only child. Right. And then another two about the generational curse as well. I don't want my son to be the only child neither. So I want to make sure that I want to have him another sibling, but I typically want it to be with the right person this time. Not saying his dad wasn't the right person, because once upon a time we were in love.
Right.
We were young in love. We met in college and stuff. And so I did some faults. He did some faults.
Right.
But the next relationship that I get in, I don't want to bring my past and that generational curse that's been haunting me for long, years on end to follow me into another relationship.
Right.
I want to make sure that still, I want to be 95% healed before I decide to say, okay, let me be in a relationship this time.
Right.
Because I know I'm not ready. I mean, I'm in a dating scene, but I know I'm not taking stuff seriously because I have a lot of mental issues that I didn't know I had. And these two ladies, go see therapy. I don't care what nobody tells you. Find you a preacher if you into church like that. Go find you a preacher. Go find you somebody that you can trust and you can talk to. I don't care if it is a stranger or whatever. My stranger that I met, I knew her sister through high school, but she was a complete stranger. She didn't know how I was. She didn't even know that I knew her sister. So, that first session when everything let loose, it was just, that last cry. And once I said that last cry, like, I can't cry anymore. I can, but my cry now is going to be like, look at all this shit that I went through.
Right.
So, ladies, just don't get yourself out there until you're ready. But break that curse first that you don't want to see your daughter or your son going through what you're going through. Right. If that relationship is not it, if that person going to keep hurting you, keep bringing in toxic traits that that's not for you, let it go. Don't keep holding on. It will hurt you more for hanging on than letting it go. You gotta cut that cord. I'm telling you gotta cut it.
Right.
If it's not benefiting you, if it's not bringing in growth, let it go.
Right. And I definitely agree because I feel like we get into a point of where we become complacent and we just become okay with what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And no, it's not okay to become numb to pain. No, you should not become numb to pain because if you do, then it's like you have nothing you're living for. Because you're just going through life and just letting whatever happen to you. And that's unfair because that means you're not living the life that you want to live. So I definitely agree with that. And also on the point of you saying about how you moved out here and, you're pretty much starting a whole new life again. Yeah. I know that's a scary point for you. You know what I'm saying?
It is a scary point. And with a kid at that and a young kid. And it still would have been different if I didn't have a child, but when you got a young son like that and he asking questions and my kid is intellectual smart. He's not a dumb kid. I'm not labeling him as autism, that's on paper. But, I know my kid is smart. He's always gonna ask questions. And so, when he gets to that point it was like, he wanna see his dad, I'm not hindering him from him. If he wants to be that type of person or that type of parent, you get your kid when you want to give him, let him do it. Right. I'm not about to force nobody to be in someone's life. If you want to be there, if you want to put in the effort to be in somebody's life, do it.
Right.
I'm not about to chase after you. I'm definitely not about to have my child to chase after you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you're going to do that, if you're going to be there for him, make sure that you're there. Make sure that you are there. It don't even have to be 5 seconds. You could send him a video and say, "Hey, son, I love you." Yeah. And it got to that point that after we said our last exchange of words, after it was done deal, where we was set in stone. Mm-hmm. I said, make sure that you send him something. Make sure that you just send a message, whatever. You don't have to contact me, or you don't have to actually talk to me. But if you want to send a message to your son, no problem. Right. I was sold to Junior. Junior knows how to read. Mm-hmm. Junior been reading since he was 2 years old. Right. So I'll have him to send a message back to you. You know he's big and affectionate. Right. He's a Cancer, y'all. So, my baby is very affectionate when it comes to stuff like that. And, it broke me down when, I think, Mother's Day weekend, that's what it was. Because that whole week I cried. And I'm like, why am I sitting here crying over somebody that already had said more than once that he didn't want me?
Right.
He wasn't happy anymore. And even with that, ladies, and I made a post about it the other day, and I'm like, even when there's somebody tells you that they want you, what they don't want you, they probably laying sit next to that person that they love you for, or whatever the case may be, and they snooping on your page, or they want to message you and stuff. They're still doing it. Because I know, like, and everybody else know, you're whoever it is you may be, you are a badass mom, and I know I'm badass. I lost 36 pounds this year. Well,
give me some, guys.
I lost 36 pounds from May to now, you all. And when I got back to myself, all this creativity was coming in. All, like, me speaking greatness into myself, being speaking affirmations, holding myself up to the highest gratitude. It lifted up, and I know that God is gonna bless me. God is gonna bless you. God is gonna bless anybody. I know I'm not in the church way, but God knows my heart. I pray. I meditate.
They already know. They know. Yes, girl. Yes.
Find you a platform. Find you something to do. Find you self-care, and that's why I'm glad that I brought up about the self-care stuff, so I could be able to tell you all about what have I been doing on this journey. After I started working out and everything, actually just opening my mind to different stuff, networking.
Right.
I started journaling. And I asked God, what my mind's doing. What do I need to do to make sure that I'll be set for it, or my son will be set for it? I told God, I said, give me literally 3 months. He gave me a month to figure this out. And I came up with the idea of, like, self-care line with both men and women. Just because us women want to take care of stuff, I know men want to take care of themselves too. And men, it's not feminine for you to take care of yourself. Listen, I love a man to take care of themselves. And y'all, my son's dad, I took him to go, when we was together, I took him to get a manicure and a pedicure for the first time. And he was like, ain't that's not gay? I said, no. That's not gay.
Right.
You're going to enjoy it, and I promise you, you're going to want to go again with me. Sure enough, he felt that he was being pampered. Ling was on his feet and stuff.
I know she was doing her thing.
And I'm like, I know that you felt good about it. You felt like a king.
Right.
So, and that's the thing with women. We need to feel ourselves as queens. Guys, you all need to feel yourself as kings also. So my products that I'm coming out with, it's going to be called Sugar Bellum. And I will also put it on there as well. I'll send Georgia the stuff as well. It's going to be on IG. I haven't got a Facebook page for it yet. But Sugar Bellum is, it's not just for the black community. Right. But it's for all women, men, single mothers, single fathers. Everything that you need to do, because, we want to make sure that we take care of our health. We take care of our skin. Make sure that we're glowing.
Right.
And so I'm making out with sugar scrubs. Guys, I'm coming out with scrubs for you all too. Beard oils, body oils, bath salts. So when you get that time of being away from your kid, you got a kid-free weekend, you want to be at home with yourself, or you got that, your boo thing coming over and stuff. Make sure that you come, getting in the shower, you're feeling yourself, you're feeling good, you want to feel free, and that's what I have to do, feel good in my skin. When I come out, I want to be like, damn, I feel good, I smell good. You want to make sure that you do that. And so we all just got to take care of ourselves again. We all got to make sure we take care of ourselves, and that's what I love about talking more and being socializing more.
Right.
It's nothing afraid for you to go out and meet new people because you don't know what the chances may come.
Right.
Not relationship wise, but you might have that business relationship, or you might not know what their side of issues going on too. So take an advantage on a lot of things. Not too much advantage, but taking in consideration on what you want to do with yourself.
Right. Right.
With
Right.
yourself.
And again on the self-care. Self-care is, you know what? Nope. We ain't even gonna take it on the self-care part. We're gonna take it on the self-love. Self-love is so important, especially if you are a mother or a parent going through it, okay? Now, again, this channel is geared more towards the parents, but if you just a non-parent person watching this for you too, okay? Listen to this. Y'all, self-love is most important because it helps remind ourselves of who we are and what we need to be doing. When you get that time to yourself, I don't care if it's like you said with the bath scrubs in the body. You set you up a nice bath. You set you up a nice time for when you get out of the bath, because that's important too. I'm sure you got some in your line on that too.
Yep.
You need the lotions.
And correction, it ain't about remember who you are, who the fuck you are. Remember who the fuck you are.
Who
Seriously.
the fuck you are. We're going to capitalize that shit. Remembering who the fuck you are. Because that's how you should be talking to yourself.
Yes.
When you're in those moments, you shouldn't be talking to yourself like, girl, we got to get this together. No, bitch, get your shit together. Like, for real, sometimes you need that. Because sometimes you just as hard-headed as a 2-year-old.
Now you make me want to come up with a plan of doing some affirmations, like some
You
ghetto
should.
affirmations.
You should, because look, people be needing. Look, being an adult is only just being your own mother. Being what your mama or your daddy should have told you. Some of y'all was taught the right things. Some of y'all missing some screws, and that is fine. Either way, guys, we have to be our own parent. Regardless of where you came from, when you grown, now you have to be your own parent. Imagine that. Right?
Yeah.
It must be in you that I've been dreaming, and I've been waiting all day.